Yeah, so I was in law school and I was looking for international opportunities, especially as I went to law school as a teenager. Sorry, can we... Do you want to start over? Stupid fly.
Start from the
Can
start.
we just get this fly to go away? No, there's just one fly.
G'day, welcome to JH Marlin Attorney at Law. I'm sat down with Jennifer today, the owner and CEO of JH Marlin Attorney at Law, to talk a little bit about her journey and how she came to the Caribbean. So Jennifer, hello.
Hi.
Would you like to tell us a little bit on what inspired your journey from law school to the Caribbean, and how has your international perspective changed since being in the Caribbean?
Yeah, so I went to law school at McGill University in Canada. And I went to school as a teenager, and I was looking for international opportunities to set myself apart from my older male peers. I discovered the jurisdiction of Nevis is one of the best jurisdictions in the world. And so I came to do an international internship, absolutely loved the island, learned and did a lot of citizenship by investment, and saw the great opportunities that there are for helping people from all around the world. And I absolutely love the Caribbean lifestyle. And so that's what's inspired me to eventually relocate to the Caribbean and start a citizenship by investment business and law firm locally. And in terms of my international perspective, it's been really interesting helping clients from 40 to 50 plus different countries all around the world, and to learn hands-on the laws of their countries, regulation and business environment that they're in, because a lot of the times we have to, in addition to doing work locally, we have to be able to navigate local systems to be able to get documents certified, translated, or remitting international payments in some countries is difficult. So it's been interesting to travel, to get the opportunity to travel as well around the world.
Yeah, excellent. And obviously you've dealt with a huge number of clients from, as you said, over 40, 50 plus different countries. Can you share perhaps a story of a memorable client, without obviously giving away any personal information? Any particular stories or clients that stick out to you?
So we have a lot of different stories and a lot of different people that we've helped. But I think for me, one of the first clients that we ever helped was a family from Syria. And they were from a war-torn area in Syria. And just the ability to help them throughout the process and know how life-changing it is for them and their family, and have the opportunity for them to relocate as well as to access more visa-free travel around the world. So that was really a really special case for me to have been involved in. And as well, we once had a client from Iraq who's big into cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, and he did citizenship by investment, relocated to the Caribbean, really enjoyed his time on the islands. And I think for him, it's just opened up so many more opportunities around the world. And he's just so grateful and thankful to be able to travel internationally. So that was really something that I'll always remember. And it was cool. Like, I love meeting clients and becoming friends with them. And I've traveled sometimes, like we've traveled together. I've traveled with another client of mine. We went on a trip last year. So it's been interesting to get to know people personally. And I think that's what I really love about this industry. You get to really know people on a personal level. You're exposed to a lot of their personal information, and you just get to know them. And there's so many interesting people with interesting stories.
Yeah, great. That's a great answer. Now, obviously, people who don't have a great deal of knowledge about citizenship by investment. Obviously, you've been in the industry for close to 10 years. It's not all you do, but it's pretty much what you do on a full-time basis. But what are some common misconceptions that people have about citizenship by investment programs?
So I think one of the common misconceptions that people have, or at least it's exposed in the media quite a bit, and it's completely false or misleading, is that these programs attract bad actors or people that are trying to escape taxes or people that are trying to do something bad. And really, a lot of the Caribbean programs that do citizenship by investment and citizenship by investment around the world, they vet all the applicants. They do extensive due diligence. There's now an interview component for a lot of citizenship programs. So there is really extensive background checks, and things will come up in a background check. So it's something to be aware of. As well, people have the misconception, they don't understand the difference between citizenship and between residency. And just getting a citizenship doesn't automatically reduce your taxes. You really need to relocate and ensure that you're a non-tax resident of your home country and that you've established tax residency or in a low or no tax country to be able to really reap the benefits from a tax perspective.
Yeah, great. Okay, so I guess my next question would be, there's generally two main options when it comes to citizenship by investment. You have the donation option and you have a real estate option component. How would you advise clients on if they should do the donation or real estate route?
Yeah, so that's a question we often get asked, and we leave it entirely up to the clients to choose what program they want to do, as well as what option they want to do. I think it's a really like a personal business decision to make. In the past, we've seen most people go to the donation route as opposed to the real estate route. However, in recent years, and especially in 2025, we're seeing more and more people want to go with the real estate option, particularly those that are looking to relocate and spend time on the island. They want to have their own place and own connection. And a lot of people don't think they would have executed on their plan B. They might have just wanted to get a passport, but we're seeing more and more people actually want to relocate and spend time on the island. So we're really excited and in a position to be able to meet with people on an island that come here and show them around the island. So
we're now near the end of September 2025 as we film this video, and there's been a distinct change in the way narrative almost on how citizenship by investment units particularly are really updating and modernising their own technology, their own methodology. And what essential criteria do they use and do governments employ to really look into reviewing and approving applications for each individual client?
yeah, so there's going to be changes that are coming out.
This year?
This year. So there are going to be changes that are coming out this year towards the end of the year, or perhaps even when I decide to publish this video. There will be a physical presence requirement. So before in the past, for 4 out of the 5 Caribbean citizenship programs, you could have done the process entirely from a distance. You wouldn't have to come to the island. But they will be introducing a physical presence requirement. The exact amount of days and timeline, it appears, I don't want to provide all the details in case they are incorrect, but there will be a physical presence component.
And that will be homogenized baseline across the Caribbean nations?
Yes, correct. So they're going to be establishing, or they have established a centralized authority for processing of applications, and this will try to like homogenize and put in like more stringent standards for accepting applicants through citizenship by investment. And it's also to make sure that all programs apply the same standards. So for example, if you're rejected from one citizenship program, you can't turn around to another program and be accepted. So they're really trying to ensure the long-term sustainability of these programs.
Mm-hmm. And we spoke earlier about common misconceptions people might have if they don't have much experience or knowledge about citizenship by investment. But what perhaps is or are some of the benefits, unique benefits that people might not also be aware of?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously a lot of people are aware of the visa-free travel access that a lot of these citizenship programs with a passport you have. But I think especially in the Caribbean, people aren't aware of OECS freedom of movement that you have. So the countries of Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, Grenada, St. Lucia, St. Kitts and Nevis, Montserrat, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, for example, if you're a citizen of one of these countries, you can go live, work, and travel within other countries of the OECS. And so people aren't aware, like you can be a citizen of St. Kitts and you can go to Antigua and you'll get an indefinite stay stamp in your passport. And so this is advantageous. You can also travel within the Caribbean. You don't even have to travel on your passport to these countries.
So to my mind, it's almost like the European Union, if you like, in the Caribbean. Is that correct? Freedom of movement.
Yeah, you can think of it like that. And so that's something that people aren't aware of. Another thing I think people are not aware of is you do have like reduced rates at hotels and services on islands
As a citizen,
as well, as a citizen. And so some people aren't aware of that. And I try to emphasize that to clients. Like if you have citizenship and you're coming down, like you can book a hotel and get a reduced rate as a result of being a citizen. So that's another advantage. Again, like you have the rights as a citizen locally. You can start a business. You can come here and make your tax residency here and live here. And
so a true Passport to Possibility, would you say?
Yeah, Passport to Possibility. And we have a new newsletter that's coming out called Passport to Possibility. And so we're going to try to provide more updates for clients. We've recently become a licensed agent in Sao Tome and Principe, which is a country in Africa. And I'm going to do a separate video
That's
on that.
a small island nation, is it not?
Yeah, it's a very small
West
island
Coast?
nation. Yeah, just off Central Africa, and so we already have people that we're in processing at the moment for that, and we're seeing the trend of more and more citizenship by investment programs coming up, and we're also licensed in other countries as well. So we're hoping to bring more international opportunities for clients as they want to. The trend we're seeing is like people want to do not just one program, they want to do multiple programs, and they want to have multiple options and be able to play on multiple different grids and have access to the different markets. So it's really an exciting time for us.
Yeah,
here.
you pretty much just answered my final question, but I'll ask it again anyway.
Yeah.
What message would you share with those who feel limited by the nationality? I know we touched on a couple of nationalities earlier, Syria, for example, Iraq. But what would you say to those who are feeling limited by their nationality or are looking for new global opportunities? What advice would you provide?
Yeah, just you have to throw yourself into action if you want to make a difference. Like a lot of times doing citizenship or residency can unlock opportunities and open doors for either mobility, for safety, safety and security, and having a plan B and different opportunities. And a lot of these programs you can do citizenship by descent. So you can have citizenship can be passed down through multiple generations. And I think especially we also do citizenship by descent services, but it's, just unlocking opportunities for generations to come and really, citizenship is a new asset class and more and more people are looking to internationalize their lives. So I think you really need to throw yourself into action. Like getting different passports can lead to different possibilities and, life, one amazing thing about life is it's always in movement. And I believe in just, following your heart and going different places and discovering new things and trying new things. So
Life is an adventure.
Yeah.
And as you verbalise, I think nothing changes if nothing changes. You have to take action, right? And it's interesting too, I know you and I have spoken previously about this. It isn't just clients or prospective potential clients who contact you from Iraq and Syria. Sorry to hone in on those two specifically, but you have an awful lot of clients in the last few months of 2025 who are from North America, who are just concerned with a myriad of topics, including the political landscape, and they're concerned for their own future generation or their children. They just want to lock in that escape route, if you like, just in case, right?
Yeah, so when I first started the business, I thought I would, be helping people in more war-torn countries or people that had, we do quote like poor passports in the sense that you have limited opportunities with your passport for travel and limited opportunities as a result of where you were born, a decision that is out of your control. And we're seeing more and more people from Canada, the United States, Australia, the UK, and elsewhere that are doing these programs just to have a plan B backup option in case something were to happen in their home country. They might not be happy with the direction the country is going in or the safety or there's a variety of different reasons why people seek out to do citizenship, but we don't, we help people all around the world, and the US is really big and other countries as well.
Great. Well, Jennifer, thank you for your time. I know you weren't particularly looking forward to being interviewed today, a little bit nervous, but you've provided a fantastic elite level service for a number of years. I know you have close relationships and ties with the citizenship by investment units across the Caribbean, and they're always very happy to work with you. I'm excited for you in the future, so best of luck.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for doing this interview, and I really appreciate your time, and thank you for everything. So
thanks, guys. We'll see you next
time.
We didn't really point it out, but we're filming this on a beautiful location, and hopefully the camera will pan around shortly so you get a good view of how stunning it is here.
Yeah.
Final quick message. I want to say a good day and a shout out to Chayse and Riley as well. Doing it tough down in Tassie. Sending you all my love, boys.